Now, going above that game is a different game that is root-like and anime. It's React: The Arts of War. The React is a game by Brother Ming Games, known for his anime games. He made a unique IP game called React, and it's a 1v1 game where every character plays completely differently. The rules of the game do not apply to each character, basically, because each character has their own rules, their own style. Most characters uses cards. One guy uses dice. One guy uses something else entirely. The gameplay is entirely changed. It's very difficult to do a single hit on your opponent, and once you hit someone 3 times, you win. Everyone has like super abilities that you can charge up and utilize. You have to do a little puzzle on the side of the board. You have to maneuver around the board in certain ways to make sure you're in the right angle to hit your opponent. And I have the deluxe edition, so if you want to play it at a convention, definitely swing by. It is a fun game. It's great. If you like Root, if you like anime, if you like the 1v1 combat, check this out. It is a fun brawling game that felt like a video game IP board game for sure. I would say that much right now. And as a guy who loves video game IP board games, that is one of the highest honors I can give it. Number 34 is Comic Hunters. It's a great drafting game. If you like Marvel Comics like me, I'm a huge comic collector. This game is for you. It's a $25 game, I think, by Arcane Wonders that was originally a game exclusively released in Brazil, just like Bom Videojuego, which is Video Game Champion, and this is Comic Hunters, which I don't know why it wasn't localized earlier. The only thing that was in Portuguese was the rulebook. You don't need to know a single word to know this game. It's all iconography. In Comic Hunters, you're trying to have the best comic collection of all time, meaning have sets of certain characters. You play with different characters depending on what you want to play the game with, and depending on how many players are in the game. It's another game where you can play at any player count. I think the best is 4 players. But I'd still play with 3 players. I would not really play this game with 2 players, which is all too common with board games. In Comic Hunters, you are doing 4 different types of drafting, which is a nice twist on the drafting game. Depending on what round you're in, you're going to do a different type of draft. There are the Simple 7 Wonders draft, which is what you're used to, which is what you do for the first section of the game. And then you have snake type drafting, you have an auction type drafting, you have a mall collecting type drafting. It's very unique, and you'll utilize those 4 in different orders throughout the game to have the highest sets and the highest iconographies and the highest amount of numbered characters. It's very cool. I do enjoy this game. I definitely enjoy way more because it's actually licensed Marvel Comics, and it's very accurate. It says alternate covers, it has first appearances, it has teams, it has mashups. It is very good with the accuracy. I think more games need to be more accurate and not sacrifice accuracy for the game. And that is exactly what Comic Hunters does well, and I appreciate that very much so. Number 33 is a classic called For Sale. For Sale, if you don't know, is a classic game. It is straight auction, I believe it's called, where everyone has money. What you do is you're bidding to go around in circles to try to buy cards. Whenever you cannot increase your bid and you go out, you'll grab the lowest valued card. You have 1 card per player on each auction phase. You start with different amounts of money, and then you're trying to buy card values, basically. And after you do card values, basically for... I can't even explain it very well. But you're trying to draft as best you can cards in order to, for the second phase of the game, use those cards to get the highest value of money. Whoever has the most amount of money at the end of the game wins. It's a double auction. It's an auction game in the beginning of it, and then it's a simultaneous reveal on the second half of it. And it's very good. It does it very well. It's so good and cheap. Definitely try out this game. That's all I can really say. I can't really explain it very well, surprisingly enough. But it's a really good game that you should check out. Number 32, Soda Jerk. Now, Soda Jerk does take Courtesans, which was mentioned earlier, and For Sale, and combine them into one game. That, in my opinion, is better. It's hard to say it's better than a classic, because classics are known for being the originals, the best versions of the base thing. But Soda Jerk, the theme is soda based. I don't really know exactly what we're doing other than they're soda cards. And you're playing based on strawberries and oranges and right types of fruit. And then by the end of the game, you want to have in your hand cards that will give you the most amount of points based on the shared market space available. You're going to take a card from your hand and put it face down in front of you. And if you play a strawberry card face down in front of you on a strawberry location, it's going to increase strawberries based on what card value you played. If you play into a different type of fruit, for instance, if I put a strawberry card on a grape, I'm going to decrease grapes by the value of the fruit. So you want to know what your opponents are going for. You want to trying to understand what they're trying to increase value in their hands. You're able to spy by able to flip over other cards that are on the table. The game can end at any point in time, depending on what players will do, so you have to make every single action count. There's no real time for the game, which adds a little bit more complexity to the gameplay, and it's a lot of player interaction that I do love. Healthy player interaction. That's a good shared space player interaction game, if you ask me. Number 31 is Bamboo by Devere. One of the first games I bought when I came to the space professionally by Devere. It is actually one of the first games I bought of all time with my own money. This game is really good, really pretty. I was taught it incorrectly, so I taught a few other people incorrectly, which dropped the value in my game, or in my eyes a lot. But then once I played it properly, the game got so much better, so much faster. It really is like a hour-long game, to be fully honest, once you play properly. Really, there's like area control in one section. There's set collection in another section. There's house management in another section. You got to feed your family. You got to have the right amount of money. You got to have the feng shui in your house right. It's nice. It is nice and satisfying. Just play it properly. It's very easy to play it improper. Play it properly. That's the most important thing with that game. Other games doesn't really matter too much. You play a little bit improperly. This game, if you play it the way I play it, it will break it in your eyes. The game will become a 4-hour game, and you'll resent ever playing it. But when you play it properly, you'll be like, "Wow, this is such a great game." And yeah, that is Bamboo. It's a great. I really do like Bamboo. Now, number 30 is Boss Monster. If you don't know Brotherwise Games, Brotherwise is known specifically for Boss Monster, amongst some other things, such as the Mistborn series, that they've been producing some board games and TTRPGs for. But Boss Monster, if you don't know, is based on being a monster from pixel type of games. Pixel art games from the Game Boy, the Atari, just all different types of original games that come from like the 90s and previously. They have a bunch of references to all the other type of video games, all these other types of nerd media in general. They have Aliens on there, they have Mega Man, they have Sonic, they have Indiana Jones, and then you have heroes. You're trying to you have to lure that heroes into your dungeon with the right types of treasures that they're looking for. You have to kill them to collect their soul. Whoever has the most amount of soul gems at the end of the game wins. You can take negative souls. There's some technical player elimination, but really just don't play with that rule entirely, because they kind of just did away with it. It was something that was there for the first version you never need to use. Super Boss Monster is a game that just fixes it, which I'm just gonna keep on here. Super Boss Monster is number 29. I really don't know why I have them as two different entries, because truly Super Boss Monster is fully compatible with Boss Monster. They just added a nice worker placement element to the game that allows you to get some extra cards, specifically when it comes to drafting. The game's not higher up because it is based on what cards you draw. There is a decent element of luck to it. You're really utilizing just the cards you have in your hand. But the order you play it in is different, but everyone has different cards. So really, if I could have a better hand than you, and your turns could suck compared to my turns. So that's why it's not higher up. But based on all the homages to the other nerd culture and nerd references, I give it a pretty high ranking. And it's enjoyable. It's not that long. I ran this game back a few times when I played it for the first time. I like this game. It's nice. Number 28 is Journey Adventure Quest. Now, this is a game by, you won't ever know, it's like Triceratops Games, something like that. I've been trying to work with them for so long. I've gotten everyone that has known me, everyone who has played games with me is hooked on Journey Adventure Quest. Very simple drafting game where you're trying to get certain icons to defeat the monster in front of you. The monster has 3 different phases. You fight one monster, and then you fight like phase 2 and then phase 3, which gets a stronger and stronger significant version of that monster. You also want to have stuff that maybe hurts players. You can have spells, you can have armor suits, you can have personal objectives trying to fulfill as well. And it's a very difficult game to win. It's not an easy game to win. And it's so fun. It is just very fun. I'll say that much right now. If you like drafting, if you like adventure, D&D type stuff, if you like competition, this is the game for you to try out. Hard to find, but they go to Gen Con, some other events every now and then, so definitely check them out whenever you can. Number 27 is Rolling Realms Redux. I'd put Redux and Realms in the same list, just like I did Villainous, and like what I should have done with Boss Monster, which I'm going to do now, most likely. Rolling Realms Redux, Rolling Realms in general, is Jamie Stegmaier's design at using like a crossover experiment with all these other types of board games, whether it's usually his own games, but they had a whole series where it was games he did not publish himself, which is pretty cool. Now they're focusing on games that they just publish because they're publishing so many different games. And you have 3 cards, one from each different kind of game. Everyone has the exact same cards in their deck, and then you're going to you're going to roll 2 dice. Everyone's going to be using those dice in a roll and write format to place 1 dice on one card, another die on another card. When you put dice in the cards, you're going to gain those resources. When you gain resources, you can use those cards or use those icons whether to get more dice, or maybe to break some rules in the game, maybe to increase or decrease the value of your dice, depending on how you use it. And I like it a lot. You play it 3 times to get a full score, but it's one of those games you can just play one round of it with those 3 cards and, have a good time, have a good day, see who wins, see who loses. But Rolling Realms Redux is a game I aim to create my own Rolling Realms with a single card expansion to it. It's a very simple form of game. I think one of the best ways to do that is a roll and write. So he did a great job with that. I look up very highly to Stonemaier games in general. I think that was an ingenious design, and I do give it a lot of props and accolades, as I should. Number 26 is Bad Company, which I hear people say is a worse Space Base. I vehemently disagree. I don't like Space Base that much. I very much like Bad Company. Bad Company, you roll 4 dice, you make 2 different pairs with it. After you make 2 different pairs with it, everyone else at the table will choose which pair they want to take of dice. And then I'm going to get both the benefits of those pairs of dice. And we're escaping from the cops. We're building our gang up to get better benefits from it. It's still a dice game. Still pretty lucky, but it's fun. It's cool. It was the first game I played when I joined this industry physically. I played at a guy named Derek's house, a guy named Juan Tommy, who ended up being my first friend in this industry. It holds a special place in my heart 100%, but I just didn't like Space Base, and I did actually have a good time with this game 100%. Bad Company is a good game. If you like Space Base, give this a try. A lot of people don't like this game compared to Space Base, but it had a lot of hype for good reason.